50 book unboxing today. I'm going to try to get this out before the Super Bowl game. I mean, we're only like, what, 2 hours before then. I'm going to try to make this quick. Usually I'm talking low because my wife is sleeping as I'm making these videos like at nighttime. However, today, it's still daytime, sort of. I have to get to this before, though, because I put out some bad information. Well, I put on an error, okay? My bad. I'm sorry, guys. I gave you guys the wrong info on The Last of Us Ashcan. I said that it should come with the Survival Edition. I was half right. It does come with the Survival Edition, but it has to be, and it even tells you right there, the PAL region. And PAL, this is NTSC, I think they call it in the United States. In Europe and parts of Asia, Africa, I think Australia, they use PAL. It's a different format. So, you're not going to find the Ashcan in the American version. So you're going to have to look elsewhere for the Ashcan. Ashcan, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be harder to find a high grade. All right. However, this ended up being good for me anyway. This just came in last night, and that's what came in. It's the variant edition. I didn't know. I thought that they put out the variant edition to comic book stores. I was wrong. They put out the variant edition on the US game, which is still great. I didn't own it. So now I'm going to own two because I got a second one coming in. And this one that came in, it is minty fresh. I love it. By the way, when I bought it, I made sure to look at the pictures really carefully to make sure there was no damage. That's what you should do if you go after any one of these editions. My guys in the UK, I got quite a few guys in the UK. Yes, look for it's in your area. So it'll be, I'm going to show you guys how it looks, okay? But these are going to be like my keepers of the Ashcan, because I'm going to keep these guys. Look, I know you hear this all the time from various YouTubers, and for the most part, I think they're right, but they're looking at Marvel, DC properties, comic book enthusiasts, collectors, right, and speculators most of all, when they say sell on the news, they're kind of telling you what the stock market sells. You sell on the news, sell on the event, right? All right. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to say that right now is the time to buy Last of Us. I'm not going to say that. But I'm going to say right now is the time to look for bargains on Last of Us. And right now is the time to go out and get stuff like this where not too many people know. Because you could probably find great graded books in these editions, for a lot less than the graded book goes for. So you can get the Ashcan for you UK guys, if you find, I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. All right. And then for anybody in the US and probably Canada, you can find the variant edition, which both of them, at least as of right now in CGC, have less 9.8s. The Ashcan is, 10 times less 9.8s of the Ashcans, more than 10 times less than the cover A. All right. This one is about half, a little bit less than half 9.8s of the variant than there are of the cover A 9.8s, and they all came out at the same time, April of 2013. All right. So I'm going to be keeping these. The reason with this property that I don't want to sell my stuff on the news or on the event, which is, it's out right now, is because I believe in it. That's why, right? The product that was put out there, the project that was put out there by HBO and Druckmann is so great, right, that I think is just going to create, it's more than 10 times, no, you know what, not even 10 times. The fan base for this probably went up 1,000-fold, probably, maybe even more, because now it's everybody that kind of knows about, almost everybody. I'm going to say probably 50% of the people that you know right now have heard of The Last of Us now, whereas less than 1% probably knew about it before, you know. Especially if you're like 50 and under. I'm going to say maybe 40 and under. Okay. But look, if I would have sold, well, then again, I didn't have any Blades when Blade first came out. But let's say if I didn't listen to them, don't buy on the event, right? I wouldn't own all the Blades that I have. It's the best book in my collection. You know, The Tomb of Dracula. It's the best book in my collection. And why is it so successful? It's because, you know, they put out a great movie. It was great acting. I always give credit to Wesley Snipes, you know, for his work on Blade. And dude, without Blade, there is no MCU. There isn't, you know, because Marvel was in trouble, and you know, Disney. I don't even think Disney was looking at buying that IP, you know, or even licensing out, or other companies licensing out their products, because they always sucked. Their movies always sucked. Captain America, the Hulk movies of CBS and ABC back in the day, you know, made for TV movies, the Spider-Man movies of the 70s and 80s, they all sucked, you know, until you put out something that's great, right? And then what? Blade took off. Then, you know, Sony licenses Spider-Man, and then the X-Men get licensed, and good stuff just starts coming out. Right now, Disney is just destroying the property altogether, but that's another thing. The thing is that this right here, it's creating a more massive of a fan base, and I'm thinking, this is me thinking out loud, is that if The Walking Dead has risen in value and has maintained that value right now, like we're more than 10 years later, then so can The Last of Us. And that's what I'm thinking right now. That's not to say you guys should go out there, spend a ton of money in getting this. You know, it's not what I'm saying. But you can go after these properties and just check out. Make sure that you see the pictures of the books. If you can hold the book in your hand, if you're at a game store that you find this in, you know, a used game store, and you can find it, you can hold it in your hand, you could see, hey man, maybe this is worth buying, you know. All right, I'm going to show you what the PAL region looks like, and I can only show you based on eBay. This is the PAL version. You have one that says the Ellie edition, and the other one says the Joel edition. And it comes with kind of like that book, except it's much smaller for the PAL, right? It's as small as, I guess, the game, and then the ash can. And you could tell the ash can it's the ash can because it's as small as the you know, like the disc. See that? Now this is what I'm talking about. See, if you go after this, look, that's got damage, and you can see it on the pictures. You have to do your homework, you know. So this is probably going to be, if you're lucky, after a press, because you can press these. You just got to be careful, but you got to press. You know, I send them to Kendra, or I think those I was sending them to CCS, so CCS pressed them. Hey, I got 3.9.8, so. But I would say after a press, this could come back as an 8.0. And you know what? that can hold some value, but you know, I wouldn't suggest that you go out and pay $200 for that particular one. That's what this is going for, by the way, $200. I would probably pay $50 for that, because then you got to put the pressing and the slabbing fees in it. This one looks a lot better. You see that? Again, I think this one's $211. I mean, I'm thinking of probably buying it. But then you take the risk of when it gets shipped to you, that it's going to get shipped in the, you know, in on transit. So it's really better if you can hold it in your hand, and you could take it home with you, you know, and you could find it at much better prices than I'm finding them at. But yeah, now when you go to the senses, this is the ash can, right? Look at the ash can. The ash can is only 32 graded of the ash can right now. Again, those numbers are going to change, but to me, I think the ash can is still going to be the one that's going to be harder to get in high grades, 9.6s, 9.8s. You got 7 9.8s, 11 9.6s. Unfortunately, you know, I mean, I sold my 9.8. I kind of had to sell it, guys, because I wanted to be in the black. And I'm in the black now with that 9.8 by itself. Paid for all the slabbing, all the costs of all my Last of Us, and gave me still a profit. And then the 8.0 is just gravy. I have a 9.0 that's out for sale, and it's probably going to sell, and I might sell a 9.4, the low 9.4 that I have now. This one is the cover A. Okay, cover A, there's 85 right now on the census out of 6,000 copies. There's 85 9.8s, 86 9.6s. There's a total of 284 graded right now, and here is the variant, which comes with the US edition. Only 35 9.8s. Listen, man, that's less than half of the total 9.8s of the cover A's. 41, again, less than half than that. And we have a total of 154 that are graded as of right now. So anyway, I wanted to get that out there because, yeah, I messed up, and I wanted to give you, at least make it up to you guys and give you the proper numbers. Now here, this is what eBay is doing right now. This is, what I did is I went on eBay and I put Last of Us Joel edition. You could put Last of Us Ellie edition. That's how much they're going for right now. Look, that's the ash can. 173, 179. Some of them say that they had like 6 for sale and only 1 left, last one. Right? See, now this one right here is just the game. See that? That's just the game. He's selling it for $16.01. Make sure that you get the game with it. You know. But anyway, see, like that, they're only selling the game. They're only selling the, you know, that case or whatever. Just make sure that you get the comic book in there. All right, let's get to this unboxing. You know what? I'm going to use this right here to unbox everything, show you guys what we got. Nothing hot like this, all right? But there's going to be a little bit of fire in there. Success! 25 out of 25 in that box. 19 out of 25 in that box. The goal was to get as many 9.8s possible. 44 9.8s is a success. There are going to be a couple of books here that, man, they're really nice for me. Okay, majority of these, look, I didn't talk about them because we're in a different type of time right here where a lot of people are taking beatings on modern comic books. Okay, so I didn't want to talk about any more modern comics, even though there are, look, modern books. People tell you to stay away. Another thing people tell you to stay away from, right, is modern books. I'm not going to tell you that. No, Modern is what sells the most. That's what sells the most. And for people that are in my generation, for example, look, you remember what you grew up on, and you want that. You covet that. I covet what I grew up on. I stick to moderns. Your decision is your decision. Now, do I collect golden and silver? Yes, of course, I still do. I have a great golden age book that I got that I'm going to make a separate video on. But yeah, let's take a look at this real quick. All right, I don't want to show you the front because my address is in the front, my name. 44 books. So this was what was spent, okay? If all of them would have came back 9.8s, because it was 50 of them, and it would have been $1,175. As it is, though, CGC charged me $585 on the first, $508 on the second. I sent 3 submissions to them. The other one is pretty good too. Okay, that's coming this week. $1,117 with 44 cents is the total charges for CGC plus the shipping, which end up being $24.04 because of the 3 submissions. Each book, because it's 44 of them, we're obviously, as I always do, the losses, which is the $8 per miss, we incur on the 9.8s. Per book, it comes out to $25.40 per 9.8. Is it worth it? Let's take a look. All right, my dear boys, we're going to show you everything.
Everything.
All right, here is the book, the bane of my existence, Berserker #1. You already know the deal with me and Berserker, okay? These came up for sale for a Christmas special that I want to say it was Big Time Collectibles, but it could have been Unknown Comics. Thing about it is that they were only selling it for like $2 or $3. So let's say I'm into these for $3. Now $3 is not what I'm into them for. This is the real cost, okay? You got $3 for the book. Now you know $25.40 is for the slab. That's 25, that's 28. It's going to cost me $3 to send it to my comic shop. That's going to be $31.40. And my comic shop, I'm going to sell these for $55. My comic shop is going to charge me $5.50 for each one on consignment. So that brings my total to $36 roughly on this book. So even though I paid $3 for it, no way, Jack. My cost on this is $36. I sell it for $55, so that's around a $19 that I'm in the black, right? So a $19 profit. What the hell? I got tongue-tied there. All right. Is it worth it for $19 to do this per book? That's up to you to decide, man. For me, it was worth it for me because of all the cost that this Berserker has pretty much cost me for those 1 in 100s, and specifically for the ones that Comics Exposure, never deal with Comics Exposure, stole from me because they never sent them back. Again, I never pursued it legally because it's just not worth it for me to pursue it legally. Anyway, 10 books. I have another 10 that are foils that I haven't sent in, and I think they're all going to get 9.8s too. I think I got to check them out, but I got another 10 foils. Those are going to go for a little bit more than these, and they're more than $55, and they cost me around the same. So yeah, I wanted these, so it's $19 each one once they sell. That's 10 books. Go to the next one. All right, so as I'm putting these back in the box, this is a reminder to you guys. You only have 2 weeks to report damages to CGC before you actually lose the advantage of getting them re-slabbed. 3 of these books came with cracks. They're right there. You see that crack right there? All 3 have the same crack in the same corner. So yeah, I'm inspecting them before I put them back. So those are going to be going back to CGC. Reminder, guys. Okay, I've done well with these sexy covers. I actually done better with these sexy covers than I have with the Berserker. Even you know, for some reason people do like buying these, and I'll keep selling it to them no matter what the wifey thinks. All right, I got that one. I sent 3 of these out, and only one got the 9/8. So nice Christmas cover, I think. This is by Zenoscope. This is Grim Fairy Tales. This other one is the Frost Giant's Daughter. I just found this to be super sexy, man. So I'm hoping these do well, and I keep my my streak going with the sexy covers. 5 of them, all 5 hit the 9.8. All of these were I got from that same sale, so I'm into these about what, three or $4 a piece, maybe less. All right. So far so good. My 4th crack case right there. 4, man. I just got started, dudes. Look how great this freaking cover is, man. That is one beautiful, beautiful freaking cover. Who the hell is this? Elias Chadz, not gonna work here anymore, that's for sure. Hey, man, he's good. Sorry, I didn't want to. Sorry about that. Whatever, dudes. Hey, nice cover. Got to give the guy credit for that. All right. Next one. All right. This I got from Mr. Thorough in that those mystery boxes that he had. It was $20 mystery boxes. I bought 6. It's $120. This is not going to pay for that, but it's going to help into paying for it. It's a nice cover. It's a Shattered Comics Red Edition, they call it. Yeah, I mean, this is going to get sold right away. Spider-Verse, Edge of Spider-Verse. You know, the movie is coming out, what, in the summertime? Should get a little bit of a boost from the Super Bowl, which is about to start. You have to assume that Marvel is going to put out another commercial for Miles Morales. I don't know if this character is going to be there. Okay, this is a new character from one of the 200 characters from Spider-Man, from Edge of the Spider-Verse or whatever. But yeah, I got these for good prices, like around $10, maybe $15. 1 in 25 covers. So I figured they were 9.8s, and they are 9.8s. So yeah, that comes out to be pretty decent. You know what, might have been less than $10 for those 2. Less than $10 each, and I got them also from that sale. This one right here, I'm just loading up on these. This is the first appearance of Jessica Slaughter. This is a panel from the actual book. This is Something's Killing the Children #9. This is the 2nd printing. I got a whole bunch of these. You could actually buy the 9.8s. If you catch them on auction, you might be able to buy these for less than what the person paid to get it slabbed, because they've taken hits. You know, almost all of the Something's Killing the Children books have dropped in price because there's nothing really coming out from them except for the monthly, and even the monthly is kind of slow. I still obviously believe in Something's Killing the Children property. It's the best book, in my opinion, in the world right now. In my opinion, best ongoing storyline. Next one. Again from that same sale. Got these. These were about $2 a book. I said, what the heck? Went after them. Went after a whole bunch of them. This is 6 of them that I sent out. Blade's Daughter. First appearance. I should do well with these. Better than the Berserkers. So, yeah. All 6 came back. 9.8 of this submission. And I have more to send in. I think CGC needs to start rethinking the partnership that they have with FedEx, because I've noticed a lot more damages from FedEx shipments than I ever had with UPS. Maybe they can work something out with UPS instead of FedEx, unless they're charging FedEx, you know, for these damages, because 4 out of the 6 have the same damage. It's like the box got hit on the same side or something. Man, that's pretty bad. Alright, so far, look, I haven't even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 damages already. 8. Alright. Now at least that box didn't come like opened up. This is an ash can of Bang. A little bit off center, but it's still, at least they didn't damage the book, I don't think. Do I have to send this in to get reholdered? I might have to send this one in. Look at that. Shoot. Yeah, I gotta send this in to get reholdered. I hope they didn't damage the book here. It doesn't look like it is, but shit, man. Yeah, it's not centered right. Damnation. This one's gonna go in there. Look, these books, let me see if it goes back in place if I... Nah, see, it doesn't do that. I think the only thing that protects it is the Kevlar that they put in it. That's probably what just protects it. It doesn't look like it's bent or anything inside. That's good. But it's way off center. Okay, these books you can actually get when people put them out on auction. You can get them for 20 or 30 bucks, less than what CGC charges you to slab them. So that's how you go about Bang number 1 for the cover A or for the ash can. These are holds for me though. These Bangs are hold for me. That's a long-term spec until, you know, Idris Elba comes out with that series. This is a Miguel Mercado cover for Ice Cream Man number 28. Yeah, Carnivore Comics exclusive. I just like the fact that it looks like a Picasso, and so he modeled it like that. It looks nice, man. That's a nice cover. Carnivore does put out good looking comics, man, and they got great artists working for them. Mario Diaz is my favorite. But this Mercado cover is hot. I think I might have gotten this from Sands, I think. I don't even know what this is gonna go for. I just thought that, you know, people would like it. I like it, but I'm not keeping it. All right, next. You know, there's certain books that as soon as you see them on the FOC, when they're about to come out, that you can tell that they're going to be all-time classics. This is such a book. Now, this one will be kept in my PC. At least one of them will anyway. I will not be selling these anytime soon, okay? This is The Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, number 3. It doesn't say it here. It says Francesco Francavilla art. It doesn't say it's Why doesn't it say? This is a Bermejo cover. Wait a minute. Does it say here? Yeah, there it is right there. They didn't put, I guess they didn't have enough space to put it there. Lee Bermejo cover right there. Okay, good. I was about to send these back also for that. All right, look. Beautiful cover, right? An all-time classic already. And this is only, a month ago they got released. You will see this for the rest of your life now, especially during Christmas time. This cover will be featured and will be coveted by people. I don't know what the print run was for this, but this is an all-time classic Christmas cover. And it's almost like a must-have, Oh, the Titans. Titans show got canceled, by the way, guys. It's a shame because I did like some of these actors, some of them. But especially Raven. Raven was great. Yeah. I sent out 9, I believe, of these. The only 9 that I bought. And 8 of them came back at 9.8s. Love it. Man, this is getting goddamn ridiculous. You see that? More damages. Out of the 8 that came back as 9.8. See that? That's a little crack right there too. Out of 8, 5 of these were damaged. They come with damages. This is look, another crack right there. So, I mean, it definitely has to do with FedEx, without a doubt. But CGC is not helping themselves because they don't have enough cardboard cutouts. They sent a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 cardboard cutouts for 25 books. Dude. And this one they sent 1, 2, 3 cardboard cutouts. And this was 19 books. I mean, they're dude, you gotta put for 25 books. I mean, have at least 8 cardboard cutouts. It costs you a lot less than people sending back 20 books. I don't know how many books I'm gonna end up having here to send back. Damn, awful, and a great cover, but awful. All right, next one. Arrow number 1. These are the Philippine edition ones. Most of these I got from that sale, for Christmas sale. So this is the Filipino Arrow number 1. Philippine, does this even say it here? Comic Odyssey and Philbar's exclusive. Leonel Francis Yu cover. Some of these artists, there's so many artists and I just don't know them. But yeah, this is just a spec play. I'm holding these for a little bit until these characters come out. Like Arrow is part of the New Agents of Atlas. So these are just holds. Let me see if these came out broken also. Let me see. Maybe not that one. Yeah, it's just a downer to have so many damaged cases. One of the 2 arrows is damaged. Damages I'm noticing are right around the same place. Let me see, where's that at here? See? Right around the same place. Right there. Impact damages. Again, the cutouts can help. Because definitely FedEx is just a travesty, I guess, the way that they handle the boxes. They must be throwing them around. Done well with this cover. I think I'm going to do well again with this one. This one luckily did not come damaged. beautiful book, of course. This is Street Fighter. This is the fantasy special, sci-fi fantasy special that from Carnivore Comics. And I've done well with these, and I have no reservations on this one doing well as well. Okay. This is a book that I missed. It was from Line Breakers, and I just didn't get it, but I ended up, because everything is dropping in price, ended up getting this on a YouTube auction. It might have been from Sands, could have been somebody else, but came back a 9.8, and it was a lot. I got this one, and I got a Geiger as well, the regular American edition Geiger. The variant, it was a sketch variant. And this one, I've been collecting these and just stockpiling them. This is Avengers Arena #1. I did sell my first 9.8. Got a nice little profit from it, and I bought more, and yeah, more are coming back in 9.8. When I picked them, is that something floating in? No, that's part of the yeah, that's part of the slab. Yeah, when I picked them, I just I'm very, very conscious of the condition of the books. Most of these I'm getting on eBay or somewhere else. I don't really find these in conventions. But yeah, and I find them cheap, like $10 or whatever. So I don't mind, especially if they come back in pre-screen 9/8. I'll take them all day long, man. This one is also kind of roughed up a little bit right around that edge as well. You see that? So it's gonna have to go back as well. Like how many dudes should I send this one back to? Yeah, I'm gonna have to send this one back as well. You see that? Where is it at? Right there. Right there. Ah, all right. Last 3 books. All right. A crack on this one, the back of the case. Freaking A, dudes. The Raw. Another one. So this is going to be like my 6th UK version, Raw edition of Geiger #1. I assumed this was going to be the #1 book. I still think it's going to be the #1. There is another printing. I think it's the 2nd printing, 125, that goes for a little bit more than this one does. But I just think it's because of ignorance. I think this one, I think there's going to be less of these, even though there's more of these in 9.8s. And you know why? Because I probably have them more. Like, I've sent a whole bunch of these in. So this is like my 6th 9.8 on this. And then this is the American version. This one seems like it's okay. It's a little bit raw over here, but I think I'm keeping this one. I don't think I'm sending this. This one came in that auction with the Some Skill in the Children 12. So there's value in this one too, because this is the sketch version of Geiger #1. So that's how they did the US. This is how they did the 1 per store for the UK. Nice, right? And then for the coup de grace. Boom. I hope this one doesn't have any damages. 9.8. Pre-screen 9.8. Yeah, when I saw this one I held in my hand at a comic book shop. Went out hunting, went to a comic book shop, and I saw this. I inspected this up and down. Very hard to get this from 1985 in a 9.8. Very hard. This is the first appearance of Superboy Prime. There are very few villains in the DC universe, I think, that are like universal threats where everybody needs to look out for it, including the Superman. Superboy Prime is such a thing that it took the entire roster of DC to take them down, including all the Lanterns and multiple Supermans. And I love that storyline, man. I just did. And this is his first appearance, Superboy Prime. Let me see if it says it over here. Origin and first appearance of Superboy Prime. And this is DC Comics Presents number 87. I would have preferred, obviously, to have the newsstand, but I'll take this in a 9.8 because there can't possibly be too many of these. And this is the haul, man. This is the haul for today. Look how beautiful this is, even in the back. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. All of these are going back to CGC to get reholdered. Damn it. Well, maybe not these, but most of these are, yeah. I gotta check them over. That's the haul, man. Spec haul. Pre-screens. 9.8. It's still a success regardless anyway, right? Regardless of the damages, still a success. CGC, if anybody in CGC, use more cutouts, please. Oh, I forgot the ones that missed. All right, here's the misses. This is my favorite book that missed, because you don't really see these much. Path of the Planeswalker. This is from the Magic the Gathering universe. At another number 9 second print that missed. This one right here was just a sexy cover. I only paid $8 for that, but yeah, I could have sworn that would have been a 9.8, man. But it's not gonna be worth to get it pressed and then get it regraded. It won't be. Avengers Arena, that one missed, and that one might be worth pressing later, not right now, and sending as a pre-screen again. And then the other two of these that missed, these were brand new. I don't know why they missed, but whatever. Those are my 6 misses. Overall, it was a phenomenal, aside from all the damages, it was a phenomenal unboxing for me. Like, nothing in here, I mean, really, aside from for me the Geigers and that Superboy Prime, you know, nothing is super, at least not yet. All right, but definitely solid, and definitely something to wet the beak. I mean, this cover is my favorite cover out of the entire batch. However, you know, it's not expensive, you know, so at least not yet. It isn't, at least not yet. But that one is a keeper out of all of them. Out of all of them, the keeper is one of the least expensive ones. That's going to be the keeper. And maybe the Superboy Prime. I just love somebody that can kick Superman's ass, and he mopped the floor with him with the red, white, and blue schoolboy. Yeah. Later, my dudes.